Hey guys, it's Lori, your Cheeky Crafter, and this is an old kit that I've had laying around for some time, so I thought I would give it a go. This is Pink and Main, and it's called Love and Hearts. That's the stamp and die set, Love and Hearts. It was one of their card kits at some point, and I just never actually broke it out and did anything with it, so I'm going to now. This is my first card layout, and you'll see I'm using a sketch from Operation Right Home. It's sketch number 14. And I'm using the stencil here to create a heart background, and then I'm just going to dot the edges. And I'm using Gina K's Passionate Pink ink here. And then you'll see I start to assemble all of the different pieces to the card. So again, this is an old Pink and Main kit. It was a card kit 1 month. I did not actually order it, or I didn't get it as the monthly subscription kit. They had a sale, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, of all their old card kits. And so I bought 5, and this is just the last one that I never had broken out yet. So you'll see I'm going ahead here, and I'm using that stamp set, and I stamped the love there. And then I'm going to stamp on a little white piece of cardstock, just a little sentiment that says, all you need is. And that's also from the stamp set. So then you've got all you need is love. And then I'm going to put a little extra piece of paper on the inside. And as you can see, I did make 2. For card design number 2, I'm using OWH sketch number 34. And so I've just cut 2 strips of paper. They're each 3/4 of an inch in width. And as you can see, I didn't get that lined up very well, so I'm going back and trying it again. And then I also realized my tape gun was out of tape, so I fixed that right quick. And then here I come in with the second sheet, trim off the excess, and then I'm going to put this card front onto a card base. And all of my cards are A2 size, 5.5 by 4.25. Then I'm going to add this wooden heart that came with the kit. Those are really cute. And then the die cut love, and it comes with a shadow. So I'm going to do the lettering, and then I just cut the shadow out of the white, just plain white cardstock. And then I will add that to the card as well. And you can see here that I made 2 again. For card design number 3, I don't have a sketch, but you can see where I had cut the love out from that previous card out of this background. The die cut that I used here that I'm putting with that orange paper was from Queen Company, their foundation dies. I think that's from set number 11. And then here I've got a piece of green. This is some cardstock from my stash that I had that matched, but I wasn't getting it lined up where I wanted it. It needed to be just a little bit lower in order to fit. I'm also putting a love on this one too. So I'm trying to make sure I get it lined up just right so that I have enough room on top to add the love. And that sentiment on there is also from the Pink and Main kit. So here I go with the love. That's the same green cardstock from my stash. And I'm going to put it on the white cardstock shadow. And then I will get that applied to the card as well. And so it says, love you more and more each day. And then I add a few enamel stickers. And you can see I made 2 again. For card design number 4, I'm using another Queen & Company foundation die for that centerpiece that's there. So once I get the pattern paper that I want to use assembled, I'll place this piece in the middle of the card. And then I'm going to be cutting out the word hello from a waffle flower die cut called Oversized Hey Hi Hello. So you'll see I've got that the letters cut out of white cardstock, and then I'm putting it on some pattern paper for the shadow. And I will adhere to that. And then I also, once I put the card front on to the card base, you'll see that I'm going to add 3 little flowers cut out of pattern paper. And those flowers are from that same Queen & Company set, which are foundation dies. I love the Queen & Company foundations. They make every card so easy to put together. So I'll get these flowers adhered, and then you will see I made 2 of those as well. For card design 5, I'm using sketch number 217 from OWH. And so I'll get each of the pieces assembled. You can see where I cut that banner from, or flag, whatever you want to call it, from the background piece. That's one of my best tips, is to save on your cardstock. Cut out pieces where you can from that background that you're not going to see anyway, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get this here. It's not the exact kind of banner, but I liked this die cut, so I used it. And again, I've stamped it with that All You Need Is Love. And then I'm going to add some of these yellow glossy hearts that came with the kit. And I'm just using my Creative Memories tool. I love that little tool as well. And you can see I made 2 again. For this card, I'm going to be using a Queen Company die. They do not number their dies, so they're just on a sheet which you can pull off of their website. But I am using that along with some of their the die cuts from Foundation. I think this is set number 12. And the sentiment that says "You are amazing" is actually from Altenew. And that Altenew set is called Amazing You. And so you'll see I get everything assembled here. Put the card front onto the card base. And then I'm going to add some of those smaller yellow glossy dot or hearts, to the top right. So I didn't follow this sketch exactly because it has those 2 stars or some type of embellishment on the right. But since my sentiment went over, I didn't want to put anything over it. And you can see I made 2. Now for this card, I don't have a sketch. This is card number 7, by the way. I don't have a sketch, but you can see that I am using the set here. I stamped the tree with black and then the hearts in Gina K's Passionate Pink. And so I'm just going to get that assembled. And then I'll put this card front onto a card base. Oh, first, that's the sentiment just is "Love You" from Gina K's Llama Love. Gina K Designs Llama Love. Then I'll get this added to the card base. And then I'm going to add some sequins. So I'm just going to pick a few of those hearts from the tree, put a little dot of glue in there, and then I will stick some sequins down just to give it a little shimmer and shine on the card itself. And so you'll see that I'm just going random colors in various different hearts. And this looks really pretty in real life. You can see the sparkle and shine. It's a little bit harder to see in the video, but it's so nice up close or in person, however you want to say it. Anyway, there you go, and you can see I made 2. So for card design number 8, I'm going to use another Queen & Company sketch. This is from set number 11 of their foundation dies. And you can see I've got this, well, I'm putting some pink pattern paper, and then this little cutout that I have is a small square that they have that's, like a little background die, but not for the whole card, and it punches out hearts. And so I cut that out from some pattern paper as well and adhered it, and then I will be putting this onto the card front. Then I'm going to use some of the chipboard items that came in the kit. And so I'm going to peel off the sticky back, but I'm also going to add some glue just to make sure that they stay adhered. And the little sentiment says "Sent with Love." And then I'm just using the hearts. So I follow this sketch pretty closely. And you will see that I also made 2. So the other sentiment, obviously it's different because you don't get 2 of each sentiment. But there it is. The other one says "All You Need Is Love." For card design number 9, I'm starting to get into some of the scraps. So what I did is I cut 4 different scraps, all the same length, and I'm adhering them to a piece of pink cardstock that came with the kit. And so the strips are, I think they're 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4, and then the pink paper is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm also going to put this piece of ribbon that came with the kit and tie a bow onto the front. So you'll see me there measuring it in half and starting to tie the bow. And as you can see, I really struggled to get this bow tied. And then I realized I had tied it upside down because I wanted it to be at the top. So I was going to have to redo it so that the things would hang down correctly. And you can see it was just too loose. And so I decided to add a little bit more tape to hold it down while I was tying the knot. And that really worked out very nicely. So I recommend doing that. Just add a little bit of extra. Once I get the bow where I like it, I will cut off the excess on each end. And as you can see, it was taking me a minute to get it where I wanted it to be. But there I go, cutting it off, and I'm cutting it at just a little bit of an angle. Then I'll go ahead and apply this card front to the card base. And then I will add my sentiments and a heart. So I had this wooden heart, and I thought, I'm going to color it. And as I was coloring it, I didn't love this color. It looked very red, even though the cap on the marker looked pink. So I decided to flip it over and color it with another color pink, and then I realized that the other side wasn't dry, so I was getting it all over my mat. Tried another color just to try and make it look better. Decided I'd put that over on a sheet of paper and wipe down my mat to clean that mess up. So sorry for the shaky camera. That's where I was obviously rubbing very hard on my desk. Then, of course, I had to let it dry. And then I've got this thanks, which has 3 sections. So this is a honeybee, it's called thanks buzzword. So you get the word, and then you get a shadow of the word, and then you get another shadow that has die cut, or excuse me, stitching on it. So it's really very nice once you put it all together. So there you can see how nice it looks. Now, I didn't realize till after I'd already stuck it all down that the top of my K is a little bit crooked. So I tried to fix it there, but it was already glued down, so I just went with it. And I'm going to add this heart. Put my little glass block on there to get it to hold while it dries. And then you'll see that I also made 2 of these cards. So for my final card, design number 10, I am using up the last of my little bit of scraps that I have here and just putting them together. I'm going to add a Love from Lizzie peel off here. This is, I think this color is called copper. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's rose gold. Anyway, it looks really nice against the orange paper. So I'll add this card base to the card front. And then also from that waffle flower set, I've got the large high, or the oversized high, I think is what it's called. So I cut that from white cardstock. I'm going to put it onto the orange and then add that to the middle of the card. And then I'll add just a few enamel dots for decoration. And you'll see that I made 2 of these cards as well. And so just adding a few extra enamel dots just to give it a little bit more. So again, here are the 20 cards that I made using Pink and Main's Love and Hearts. And again, this kit was, it's at least a couple of years old by now. I think I ordered it at the beginning of 2020, so it probably came out in 2019. So I don't know if it's still available, but I hope you enjoyed.